Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen of the Winner's Circle, and welcome to Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. I'm playing on the PC, and my name is Play to Win. This game, as you can tell, is by From Software, and it was published by Namco Bandai. And I'm going to do kind of playthrough where we're going to read items and all that stuff, and as we go along, we're going to learn as much of the lore together as we can, because I'll admit, I played Dark Souls a lot, and I really don't know too much of the lore because of the opening cutscenes. But we will skip the opening cutscene for one reason. I know a lot of people have problems with the cutscenes where they get copyright stuck or whatever. Basically, the beginning talks about you're a chosen undead, and you have to go and collect the souls of these big bosses they have to destroy. Basically, to get to the Lord of Fire, or the Lord of Cinder. I always forget which one it is. We'll get there, don't worry. But we're the chosen undead. We're moving our way, trying to do what we gotta do. But I will skip that cutscene, like I said, because I don't want to have to redo the video or have you guys miss out on anything. But time to pick who we're going to be. I'm thinking about going with the Uchi Katana for this run just because it's a really cool thing to use. So for that, I think if I take Bandit, we're all set with the... No, not all set. We need Dexterity as well. So I'm thinking Hunter wouldn't be too bad. Maybe Warrior is the best choice, so decent Vitality. Intelligence and Faith, though. We don't really want much of them, but Strength and Dexterity are pretty high up. Endurance is good, so we'll go with the Warrior. Our gift, we will just go with Master Key, I believe. That's probably the best thing to go with. Physique, large upper body, that's fine. Face, doesn't really matter. We're just creating a character, you know, so let's go with that dude, I guess. Hair, why not receding? Because we're badasses. And color, dark brown. That's cool with me. Yes, it's cool to start with this character.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed,
I'll let this cutscene go.
Shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Alright, so that's basically the longest cutscene of the game. So, yeah, there's not many cutscenes at all in this game, but we're heading off to begin our adventure, and I'm excited.
Indeed.
I hope you guys are too.
The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
There we are. Thank you, kind sir. Alright, and now we get to take over, finally. And if that does get copyright flagged, then this video will go up a day later than it was supposed to, but it's okay, I can always cut it out, it's not a big deal. We got our cell key, now we can move on forward. Alright. And we can read these messages, camera stick controls. Let me actually just look really quick at our items. I don't think there's much stuff to learn about Lord yet, but this black crystal is long. A symbol of farewell is granted to banished undead. Crystal sends families back to their homes and sends you back to yours. Beware of fickle use of this item if you intend to nurture relations. And the dark sign. This is one of the things that was mentioned in the opening cutscene. Dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with it are reborn after death, but will one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers a dark sign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. Alright, and then we've got our key, master key. This opens locks. Okay, this is the key to the dungeon of the undead asylum to the north. A mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell, and on its person was his key. Who was this knight, and what was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one still must forge ahead. And then our sword, not much to it really. Like, I only want to focus on stuff that actually has like good, very good lore to it. So we'll just move on. That stuff isn't really too important to me. But yeah, getting like souls and stuff like that, and then once we get our Estus flasks and things like that, we'll probably have pretty good lore to it. But the beginning is pretty straightforward. You have your strong attack, weak attacks. You start off with just this little broken sword hilt. You can choose to kill these guys or not, but I always find it fun to kill them. Alright, moving on. Hope it doesn't look too framey. I'm recording at 30 FPS because if I record higher than that, it seems to upload weird on YouTube, so hopefully it looks alright. But we'll just keep moving on, getting through this. Yeah, you can lock on your enemies too by left-clicking your stick. If you play this game, I recommend playing it with a controller because it's so much easier. Much easier. And this boss that we're about to come up to, I know if you kill him before you run out, if you beat him in the first encounter, he does give you a big weapon. I'm not a fan of it, so I'm not going to try to get it. But he does give you a big great hammer. If you want to kill him, bring Basically, for the starting item, you're going to want to choose fire bombs. It makes them really easy. You can try to kill them manually with just your sword and dodging, but I wouldn't recommend that. It's pretty tough to do. Here we go. He's going to jump down on our face, and then we just got to run from him. Pretty simple here. Bye, bud. Alright, and then we're down here. Our next bonfire, we'll just light this one. We don't need to rest at it at all. Okay. So I'm not sure how long I should make each episode, honestly. It's up to you guys, really. But I'm not going to skip, not going to edit out like a bunch of deaths. I want this to be for people who want to see everything from start to finish, so you can. So yeah, if I die a lot, like I said, I'm not going to be too worried about that. But we got our heater shields, pretty good. You can judge your shields based on their stats, obviously. And this one, let me look at it again real quick. 100% physical damage reduction. That's really, really good. That's the best you can get. So now we have our long sword. I don't think there's any cool things about this. Nope, just basic descriptions of the sword. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the right stick to click with to lock on. I'm a noob. My bad. Alright, we can get through here. And if you do choose a class that starts with a bow, your bow will be right out. No, not here. Never mind. Never mind. Scratch that. Right here, we can't get this item up there no matter how tempting it is. We will be able to get it later, though. If we come back to here, we can definitely get it. But then, we gotta move on. We gotta be careful, because up here, there's a trap set for you, so you just jump down. And also, don't forget to unlock the sword on here. It makes it easier if you decide to revisit. And there's a bonfire there in case that wrecked you, and you can go heal again. We're going to let this knight right here do his talking so you guys can listen to him.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Yes.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Yes, they are.
Oh, and this.
And there's our next key.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
You're welcome, man. Alright, so here we can read the lore of this, the Estus Flask. Like he said, it is a favorite. And the undead treasure these dull green flasks filled with Estus at bonfire fills HP. The Estus flasks are linked to the fire keepers. The dark tales also make reference. An emerald flask, the keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame and dies to protect it further. And you'll see these fire keepers later on. Then he also gives us another key, so let's read about this one. Key to the iron bars on the east side of the second floor of the North Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison segmented by countless iron bars. Even if an undead were to escape from a cell, passage to the outside world would not be easily granted. Alright. Pretty heavy stuff. As you see while we walk away, he does indeed die. And if you're wondering what that noise is, he dies and you do absorb his souls. But moving on, we're getting close to fighting our first boss. Well, it's basically the tutorial boss. It's really, really easy to beat. But we can also two-hand weapons by pressing Y on your controller, and it's a lot stronger, as you can see. A lot stronger. Alright, get wrecked. And then we have a guy in here. You can also parry and riposte. I'll try to show you, oh, I didn't time that right at all. But to parry, god damn it, I'm doing terrible. Okay, don't shield bash. I'm trying to show these people how to parry, and I'm doing terrible right now. So to parry, you gotta wait till you and you gotta time it just right. So there we go. I could get a front stab if I did that. It does a lot of damage. And also if you get behind and you hit RB, which is light attack, you can get a backstab. So a couple different attacks. I took some damage because I'm terrible. at parrying. I've gotten a little bit better at it, but hey, that's how you do it. You gotta time them just right, though. It's very, very particular. So for this boss, we'll just two-hand to kill him faster, and we'll do our downward thrust, just jump, and then hit RB, and there you go. More than half his health is already gone. So this guy is not hard at all to fight. Just get behind him, poke his butt a bit. Oh, he did get me there, though, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, he got me again. I'm an idiot. Wow. I'm doing terrible with my dodges. Oh, God. Okay, can you just not kill me, please? There we go. I actually freaking dodged one, guys. I'm proud of myself. And he's dead, so... But how are we rolling? We're kind of fat rolling, aren't we? So that could be an issue. So let's solve that right now. Let's take off some of our things. That's 3.5, 5.9. So we'll just take this off and see how we roll with that off. Are we really still fat rolling? I guess we are. So let's take the next heaviest piece off. So I want to be able to try and still wear something. They're all 3.5. So which one gives less defense? I think these ones do, so... Okay, now I'm fast rolling. That's what you want to see. That's what kind of roll you want. It's very good. It helps you evade more attacks, more iframes, I believe. It's really, really, really good. We'll run up here and we'll trigger our next cutscene, and yeah. Before we end the episode, though, usually I know people on YouTube end after this training area, but I'm going to show you one thing I like to do first and foremost in this game. But I'll let this cutscene take you away.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And there we are, moving on to the next area. And that place we can go back to again at some point. And it's kind of important to go there, because I believe that's where we can get our slab, a Titanite slab, to level up an item. So we will definitely be making a return to there, and I will show you how to do so when we get to that point. But there's my shield floating on my back. It's so cool. I'm just a badass, man. But here we are. We have arrived. We have arrived. Beautiful. So we'll rest for a moment. I believe for the Uchi it's 14 and 14, so we level up. We'll need to get these both up to 14, which is good. Pop up Vitality to 12, and then we'll start working on Endurance and stuff like that. But I think that's a pretty decent start. And before we do anything else, because I will do the talking to these people here later on, we'll grab some humanity. Let's actually read about the humanity, shall we? If we can find it under our items, which should be here, actually. I'm an idiot. Okay, toggle display. Rare tiny black sprite found on corpses. Use to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves? And humanity is going to play an important role. It'll allow us to play online with people by turning human, as well as being able to level up our bonfires later on, which you will definitely see later on, because we will hopefully be doing some, not like voluntary PvP and stuff, but people will invade you. It happens. It's Dark Souls. It's part of the game. The multiplayer makes it a lot of fun. And there's also a way where if you're having a really tough time with bosses, you want to save some humanity at all times, because yeah, it turns you human and you can play online with people, but also it can help you with summoning people for bosses that you're really having a tough time with. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind. We'll take them out, and only take them out because they can be annoying later on when I'm trying to do this thing over here, because this thing is kind of dangerous. I just need to remember how to jump. It is, oh god, how do I jump? I always forget. Okay, it is B. Okay, just want to make sure before I fail. Alright, so we're gonna run and jump over here pretty simply, and then we need to get across this very carefully, so I just kind of walk while edging and pressing to the right. And here we will find a ring of sacrifice, which will be helpful in what we're about to do. I know it's only 500 souls we have, but souls early on are kind of important, and I don't want to lose them for this dumb thing I'm about to do. Plus the ring of sacrifice, I believe we will get another one later on anyway, And we really only need 2 for the entire game, honestly. One for this one I'm about to do, and one for later on. I'll explain that when we get there. I don't want to spoil anybody if this is your first time here. So let's move on. Running down here, and the fire keepers they were talking about. This is a fire keeper right here. And she does not speak because she does not have a tongue, I believe. But we can't reinforce. You can reinforce your Estus Flask here, but you need a firekeeper soul to do so. And to get a soul, you usually need to kill another firekeeper to get their soul, obviously, in order to do that. But we're just gonna head on down and go find ourselves one. And I don't feel bad about this one because this one you don't have to kill anybody in order to obtain. It's just kind of something that's there. And if you've played before, you kind of know where it is. And it helps out because when you upgrade your flask, it will let you heal a lot more, which is obviously very useful because you get limited flasks. And you notice earlier I only had 5 flasks, now I have 10. That's because the fire at the Firelink Shrine, that is bonfire level 2, I guess you could call it. There's 4 levels. At level 1, you just get a 5 Estus refill. At level 2, which that one is kindled once, you get 10. Then 3, you get kindled. It's kindled 3 times. No, twice. Kindled twice. You get 15, and then the 3 is the max. You get 20. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Like I said, the reason why I have this on, we're gonna sacrifice this because we are gonna die here. There's no way to get out really. We're too weak to be here, honestly. But it's just a nice thing to get to boost your health. And you can hear that noise. That's actually the ghost. You want to save some of your sprint here, so you can actually make it in time. Those transient curses we picked up, those allow you to hit ghosts. But right now, like I said, we're far, far too weak to fight a ghost. So you're just going to want to avoid them. You're going to want to try to go across here, which we are. And then you just grab this, and there's our Firekeeper soul. So we're just going to kind of just jump off, let them take us out. And our ring is going to break, and then we will not lose any souls. That's the cool thing about the Ring of Sacrifice, because yes, you usually do lose all of your souls, but if you're wearing that, you will not lose it. And I'm sorry about the airplane, by the way. The airplane likes to screw with my videos all the time. And as you can see, the ring is gone. You don't even get to repair it or anything. It's just gone. But let's move on down here to the Firekeeper and give her a little chat. And reinforce our flask. Yes, now we're already at a +1 flask. I believe the limit is +7 maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But that's basically how you get more health. Then you kindle to get more Estus. And yeah, that's... oh, more health per heal, I mean. But yeah, that's it for the first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode, we will be going and slaying our next boss, as well as talking to some people here, doing a little bit of item gathering, and doing more item raiding. Because like I said, if you guys want the lore to Dark Souls, I will be more than happy to supply that by reading the items. And look, also, this guy is not in my game for real. It's just, you can see people playing online. It's really cool, and you can find bloodstains and find out how they die, which will give you kind of a hint of something coming up that may screw you up. So it's good to pay attention to. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the first part of Dark Souls 1. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and favorite. It helps out a lot. Also, subscribe, become part of my winner circle. I'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to share with your friends if you truly did enjoy. And as always, everybody, have a great day.